Do you love creating, but you hate selling? Productizing your service can bridge the gap and turn your passion into profit. Imagine turning your freeform creative service into a structured, reliable offering that paves the way for future growth. Let's start with productization. Hey everyone, I'm Kevin, owner of Cashlight Media, and this is week 1 of Systemizing Your Creative Business. Today we're focusing on productization and transforming that winged approach into a clearly defined, repeatable service. I'll be using a social media content creation package as our demo example. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be building on this foundation. So, this week we're productizing the services. Week 2, we'll be validating our productized offer. Week 3 is when we finally get into automating some of it. And on week 4, we'll focus on scaling your business for growth. That's kind of repetitive if you think about it, scaling and growth. Details. Oh well. Okay, so why does this matter and why should you listen to me? Well, locking down your offering right at the start streamlines your client workflows. It also sets clear expectations and it builds a solid foundation for sustainable growth. Okay, so let's start by redefining productization for creatives. Productization is about taking an unstructured, on-the-fly service and turning it into a defined package you can reliably deliver every time. What you want?
I'm looking. I'm your AD.
You're gonna move my camera from the position it was. No, I can't see myself.
Well,
I have to be able. I have to be able to see
up,
myself.
Listen up, buddy. You're a little tight.
For instance, you might say, I create content for brands. A better approach might be to say a 3-month retainer package that delivers 12 high-quality videos per month. Okay, so this offers 3 key benefits, which are clarity, efficiency, and scalability. Clarity because the client knows exactly what they're getting, and efficiency because you develop a systematic process which eliminates guesswork, and scalability because a defined service is easier to replicate and grow. All right, so here's the step-by-step process on how I productize my social media package. Keep in mind that this is just a demo. The numbers are the numbers. Your numbers might be different than mine. Well, okay, so first things first. Okay, so let's start by choosing whether this is gonna be a one-off project or a retainer model. The example we're using today, we're using a 3-month retainer package. And I did this because this decision kind of sets the tone for your pricing model and your workflow. It also helps manage client expectations, and it also ensures that resources are planned effectively. Okay, so once you've defined your service type, next you want to identify your deliverables. You want to clarify exactly what the client will receive. In our example, the client is receiving 12 professionally edited videos per month. These are the tangible outputs that your client will actually use. So they get 12 videos per month. Those are the deliverables. You might also want to include, thumbnails or strategy, whatever it is that the client actually gets, like if it's a document or files, those are your deliverables. Defining clear deliverables minimizes miscommunication, and it also provides a concrete scope of work, which is key for setting both client expectations and internal processes. Okay, so step 3, after we've decided on the deliverables, what we want to do is we want to map out the actual workflow. And what I like to do is I like to work backwards from the end result. So let's say, the end result is the final video. So what does the finished product look like? Is it a downloadable link? Is it an email? You kind of need to decide what those steps are. You want to start listing them out. Before that, there's the post-production. So the editing, the color grading, the sound design, music choice, any revisions, final tweaks. So that entire post-production process, you want to start listing out exactly the way it is in your business, which, might be different from my business, might be different from how someone else does things. But I guess the most important part is you want to just start writing out exactly your process for post-production. From there, you work backwards again. So before that is the actual filming or the production part of it. So the capturing of the footage, what happens with this footage after it's captured, what's your production process the day of? And you want to start writing that stuff out too. From there, it's the pre-production process, right? So scripting, concept development, planning, permits, client interactions, so that whole pre-production process that happens after a client books with you. Mapping out your workflow creates a clear roadmap, ensuring that nothing is missed, and it also helps identify any bottlenecks early on. So step 4 is to actually assign roles or tasks to these processes. Even if it's just you working in the business right now, start identifying those roles that could be delegated later on. I always say, like, you want to plan for growth. So for example, right now you might be managing the whole process from the pre-production to the production and post-production process. But eventually later on, you might want to bring on an editor, maybe a producer, or an assistant, someone to help you out with the day-to-day. And you want to have these processes mapped out so that they could follow them easily. Knowing which tasks can be automated or delegated helps maintain quality and efficiency as your business grows. Let's jump into the costs and setting a price for this stuff, right? Let's break down your internal costs for the package. For our social media content package example, let's assume the following monthly costs in Los Angeles. So let's say the pre-production costs $500. Filming and production, including the crew, equipment, and location, will allow $1,500 for that. Editing and post-production is another $1,000. Overhead and miscellaneous expenses, $750, bringing our total internal cost to $3,750 per month. Now, keep in mind that these are just rough estimates. Your costs might be different than mine. I just wanted to give you guys some easy round numbers for you to play with. And then we'll use, this very simple formula where price equals the internal cost divided by 1 minus your desired profit margin. And let's say we want a profit margin of 50%, and we'll calculate the price. So the price is $3,750 divided by 1 minus 0.5, which would equal to $3,750 divided by 0.5, which equals to $7,500 per month. This ensures your price covers all costs while providing a healthy profit margin. Now, this profit margin could be anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to be 50%. Some people put 25, some people put 80. It's really up to you and your own judgment as to how much profit you want to take from the business. This does not include, what you're paying yourself. This is the business profit. Again, we're in business, so we're trying to make money. And we got to make money. To make money, we need a sustainable business. And a sustainable business is sustained through profit. A systematic cost breakdown and pricing formula ensures that your pricing is not arbitrary. It's based on real costs, and it's also designed to support your financial goals and your business growth. Finally, step 6, let's craft your elevator pitch. We'll condense your offer into one single statement. For example, a 3-month retainer package offering 12 high-quality videos to elevate your brand's online presence. See how that sounds a lot different than I create content for brands? It's a lot more specific, which then makes it easier to manage the client's expectations and to know exactly what you got to do every month. It takes the guesswork out of it and gets rid of a lot of those, custom packages. And a concise sales pitch quickly communicates the value of your service, making it easier for potential clients to understand and buy into your offering. While I'm still in the early stages of refining this productization process, it's already clear that having a defined step-by-step approach creates predictability and clarity in service deliverability. So why is this important? Well, productization is more than just setting a price. It's about building a very strong foundation. Once your service is clearly defined, you're in a way better position to then validate the idea and to automate tasks and ultimately scale your business. Let's take a minute to think about your own service. How might structuring your offering improve your workflow and client relationships? Write down these thoughts and then start considering where you could apply these steps in your own business. Today, we transformed that wing-it offer into a clearly defined productized service. And we did this by defining a recurring service model, identifying clear deliverables using our social media content example, mapping out a detailed workflow by working backwards from the final product, assigning roles and tasks for now and for future growth. And we also calculated the costs for the package using our pricing model. And we also crafted a concise one-line sales pitch. Productizing your offer creates clarity for your clients, it improves internal efficiency, and builds a foundation for future automation, validation, and scaling. This week, try productizing one of your service and then put it in the comments below. Next week, we'll focus more on validating that idea and making sure that the market wants what you're offering. Because just because you productize a service doesn't mean that it's, the best service out there. It might not be something that people are looking for. So next week, we'll focus on how we're going to validate that idea to make sure that what we're offering is what the market actually wants. If you found value in this video, hit like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts below. If you found this video